What's going on, guys? This video is going to be my predictions for the Miami Heat and if they will make the playoffs this year. If you haven't already seen it, I made a Miami Heat state of address video that really breaks down everything. It was a while ago, so I'll have to make a new one and kind of update that because we did have a couple more signings. I should have made that a little bit later, but this time we're going to talk about will the Miami Heat make the playoffs and my predictions for the season in terms of what they will do and just how they'll do in general in the playoffs and if they can really make it as maybe a 6th, 7th, or 8th seed. I'm not gonna have complete standings right now just because I haven't gone through it, and obviously the schedules aren't out, so I can't really look at the teams. But in my way too early Eastern Conference playoffs predictions, which a video should be out on Wednesday, I will have an exact standing point for you guys in terms of their record and what seed they will be. But we're going to start off really quick by mentioning the signings and re-signings that the Miami Heat had during this offseason. They signed Rodney McGruder, Wayne Ellington, Hassan Whiteside, James Johnson, Udonis Haslem, Willie Reed, I think I said Derek Williams, Dion Waiters, Luke Babbitt was in a trade, Okoro White, and Johan Jankovic. So those are the signings the Miami Heat have had. And now I'm going to break down what I think that I guess you could say starting lineup would be. This is going to assume that Chris Bosh is out and that they don't want to play Chris Bosh at all and that he's just no longer a factor for the Miami Heat. So we're going to start off with our starting five would be Goran Dragic at the point. Shooting guard would be Tyler Johnson over Josh Richardson. Small forward would be Justice Winslow. Power forward would be Willie Reed. I know he plays more of a center role, but I think they might convert him into playing power forward since Hassan is the starting center. And you have it right there, Hassan Whiteside starting at the center position for the Miami Heat. Our sixth man, I feel like, is going to be Josh Richardson. Now, with shooting guard, I feel like it could either be Josh Richardson or it could be Tyler Johnson. You really don't know. It's going to come down to those preseason games that they play. And really just how the coaches feel about both those players. So we'll have to see how that goes. I feel like our seventh man is going to be backup point guard Briante Weber. Backup small forward is going to be Derek Williams. Dion Waiters will be our ninth man off the bench. I want to see what they do with Dion Waiters just because I don't know how he factors into the Heat roster and what the Heat want to do. James Johnson will be backup power forward. And then I have Udonis Haslem as our backup center as our 11th man, and then I have Luke Babbitt and Wayne Ellington. I have Wayne Ellington down at 13 just because I feel like they might have Dion Waiters at a higher point than they have Wayne Ellington at, just because they wanted to sign him at the beginning of the offseason either way. We'll have to see what happens with that, but I do definitely think that Wayne Ellington might be where Dion Waiters is, so he might be the ninth man. But I think they also have a very high ceiling on Briante Weber. So we'll have to really see, but if anything, it would go Josh. If it doesn't go as planned, it would most likely be, not just me saying it, just saying what it most likely will be, is Josh Richardson at the backup shooting guard. Backup point guard would probably be Wayne Ellington as the seventh man. Then it would be Derek Williams. Then it would be Dion Waiters. Then it would be James Johnson, UD, and then maybe Briante Weber as the 12th and Luke Babbitt at the 13. And then our reserve guys would be Josh McRoberts and Darrell Wright. I put McRoberts as a reserve just because I think they just want to trade him away for something. Cash or something. They just want to trade him away. I have a yawn that's trying to come, but I'm not going to let it happen. And then our D-leaguers would be McGruder, White, and Jankovic. I really wanted McGruder to be a part of our 15 in the NBA. We do have too many players right now to put into that equation. I really wish that he could be a part of that equation right now for our NBA roster, but there's just way too many people in place, and it's just not going to be able to happen. I thought if they didn't sign Dion Waiters, that we'd be fine, and he'd get in there maybe as like that 14th man, and he'd be a reserve guy, and he'd be able to play. But I think they're going to start him out in the D League, and then hopefully if a couple trades happen, they'll bring him up sometime in the middle of the year. But I think this team can definitely make it as an 8th seed, maybe a 7th seed. I do have a high ceiling for them, which is a surprise to a lot of Heat fans. For a lot of people to have high ceilings for them, it's a very unrealistic and optimistic opinion. but I do have a high ceiling for them. Maybe not necessarily this year, but in general as a franchise, to not really go down the Lakers path and the Sixers path once things don't go your way. They have a really bright future in Tyler Johnson, Justice Winslow, Willie Reed, Hassan Whiteside, Josh Richardson, Briante Weber, who showed a lot of flashes during Summer League, which was why I had him as our backup point. And Wayne Ellington has shown, I mean, it's only practice, but he's shown some flashes during practice of his mid-range shot and his three-pointers. Rodney McGruder, Okoro White, and Jankovic has shown what they can do. So I think that there's a very bright future for the Miami Heat. I would give them maybe in between the 6th and the 8th seed this year. I don't think they'd be as high as a 3rd, but you really never know with the Eastern Conference because everything changes every year. The Eastern Conference definitely got a lot stronger this year, and if I was going to kind of rank it right now, just as a little quickie, I'd probably do Cavaliers, maybe Pacers or Celtics. So I'd do Cavaliers, Celtics, Pacers, and then I would go with the Raptors, and then the next 4, in my opinion, are really just a toss-up. Because a lot of teams that were in the playoffs last year got worse. So we'll have to really see. And I put the Pacers up there because the Pacers made a lot of very, very good acquisitions during free agency. So you really have to see what's going to happen with the Pacers and what's going to happen with the Celtics and the Raptors. I mean, they really kept sort of their same core group. They let a couple people go, but they're kind of in the same core there. So I feel like that top 4 should be set, whatever seed goes through, it should be the Cavs, the Pacers, the Celtics, and the Raptors. Those should be the top 4 without a doubt in my mind. But I definitely think the Heat could fight. Actually, I really think the Heat could fight for that 5th through 8th seed. I think they're going to end up being a 7th seed with a positive record. I don't think they're going to be in the negative side of the thing. I don't think they'll be even at 41-41, and I don't think they'll be 40-42. I think they'll be a little bit higher than that, so we'll have to see what happens there. But I do think that this is a very high position for the Heat. I think that their playoff position is going to be not too high. Like I said, I think they're going to be a 7th seed. But I think they'll be able to do a little bit something. I don't know if they'll be able to get out of the first round. I would hope so. But it all comes down to Goran Dragic at the point, Tyler Johnson's production, and Josh Richardson's production. Justice Winslow, his shot's been getting better, but they need him to show that in game. Power forward situation's always up in the air. If Chris Bosh is playing, I think this team could be easily a 5th seed. If he's not playing, then I think they'll be a 7th or an 8th, most likely a 7th seed. Hassan, his production after the contract, if he'll still produce at the rate that he produced at this season, and then how the role players go along, and also how trades happen, because Pat Riley is one of those guys that likes to make trades before the trade deadline. So you have to really see, and one of the names that have obviously been thrown up in the air is Goran Dragic, so you never know if he could trade Dragic. I personally really like Dragic. I wouldn't want him to trade him unless it was a very good deal for Pat Riley to give up. But we'll really have to see there. I do think that this Heat roster, like I said, will be a 7th seed. I don't have exact records. I will have my way too early Eastern Conference playoff predictions sometime. I'm hoping it'll be Wednesday or Tuesday, one of those 2 dates. But I hope you guys did enjoy. My voice is a little bit shaky right now, but I hope you guys did enjoy this quick little video. Like I said, I will be doing quick videos, and then for my very in-depth things, I'll be doing long videos. I feel like the very short ones around the 9 to 10 minute range are a little bit easier for people to sit there and watch, and then the 20-minute is for those hardcore fans who want to get really into the analytics and the deep part about going into those things. Those will be like my Eastern Conference predictions and all that other stuff, because I'll be doing Eastern and Western Conference playoff predictions. And like I said, it should be out Tuesday or Wednesday. Guys, I would like to thank you. We are at 101 subscribers. We hit it this morning. Around I think like 11:30 in the morning. I forgot when I tweeted it out, but we did hit it. I'm very, very happy about that. I didn't think that we were going to be able to get to it by today. I mean, yesterday we were at 94, but we spiked up 7 subscribers. For those 7 new subscribers, I really do majority Miami Heat and Miami Dolphins stuff. I do sort of branch out towards other NBA content, but this is really a basketball and football channel for the most part, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Tell your friends about it. If you liked the video, slap the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Like I said, I do majority sports content here, NBA and NFL content. I'm going to try to branch out and do a couple more, but this is really towards a Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins sort of channel because I have very high opinions on them as they are my favorite teams in the NBA and in the NFL. So guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you once again for 100 subscribers. We're at 101 right now. Like I said, as the making of this video, it's 12:53 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. And I hope you guys did enjoy. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.